Marvel releases full trailer for The Punisher. One last kill. Well, after this, he's going to be in Spider-Man, so I guess maybe he doesn't get to kill anybody in the Spider-Man movie. Maybe that's the deal. So now he's just going to use tasers instead of guns, on his villains. Marvel has now released a full trailer of the Marvel Television special presentation of the Punisher: The One Last Kill, giving fans a much better look at John Bernthal's return as Frank Castle. The video description keeps it simple. Hey, Frank. The premiere. Oh, it's already on. I was busy in Las Vegas. Yeah, so I'll have to catch up on this too. Oh, God. Marvel officially announced trailer release. Frank Castle will be dealing with more than just. Oh, wait. Did I mean the special? No. May. What am I doing? This is April. I got plenty of time. Oh, my goodness. This is embarrassing. Anyway, according to Marvel, Frank Castle will be dealing with more than just revenge this time around. The official synopsis says Frank searches for meaning beyond revenge when an unexpected force pulls him back into the fight. He keeps trying to get out, and they keep pulling him back in. So that's the deal. But without revenge, his story's over. You understand that, right? Yeah. But then again, it could be, the Bernthal version. They're getting ready to do their big multiversal reset. So maybe there'll be a different Punisher down the road. So anyway, that suggests Marvel is trying to push the character to a different place while still keeping him in the middle of the violence and chaos fans expect. So I don't know how much involvement will he have in Daredevil before that wraps up. Maybe he'll be horrified by what he does. I don't know. So anyway, along with the trailer, Marvel also released the first key art for Punisher: One Last Kill. Now the poster shows Frank Castle suited up and back in action, which matches the tone of the trailer and continues the hard-edged setup teased in Daredevil Born Again Season number 2 footage. The Punisher: One Last Kill is directed by this guy. All these people are in it. Bernthal co-wrote the script. That's okay. And he returns, and there he is. What are you looking at? So there he is in his suit. Not so much. I don't know what they're talking about. What poster? There's no other poster here. There's nothing. There's this. He's in the suit. In the trailer, you see him get in it. And he's using a gun instead of his baseball bat. I'm Batman now. The poster show. Well, not in this one anyway. He's just in a hoodie. So whatever. So there you go. Punisher being punished and punishing again from Marvel on DP. So don't miss it. And remember, it's in May, not this month, like I stupidly thought for a second or two. Right in front of everybody. But, anyway, one last kill for the Punisher. Yay. Oh, yeah, speaking of Punisher, Daredevil, and all that, we got this to look forward to. That's right. And especially her, kissy. Mike Coulter shares images with Kristen Ritter and Finn Jones as Heroes for Hire rumor heats up. So there they are, together again at long last. So Mike Coulter has shared new Daredevil Born Again images on Instagram, and they include Kristen Ritter, yes please, and Finn Jones. The post adds to the recent set photo reveals showing Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist together as Marvel continues filming season number 3. Yeah, they're not going to be in the current one. Or she is, but I don't think the other two are. Wow, they got him wearing one of those robes too, like he has to. So he's just wearing a t-shirt. Well, the people are thinking he was going to actually be in the Iron Fist costume this time around. I don't know. Doesn't look like it there, though. So there you go. There's the picture. Yay. So anyway, the timing also lines up with a new rumor from Scooper My Time to Shine Hello, who claims that more shows starring the Defenders. If you're not going to do the actual Defenders, then don't just put other characters in there. are in development at Marvel Studios, including a Heroes for Hire spinoff. See, there you go. Heroes for Hire. That should be the title of your show that you do with these guys. That would work, especially with, Power Man and Iron Fist, with Luke Cage and Iron Fist. His name is Power Man. You know that, don't you? And then Jessica could fit in with that. Anyway, Marvel has not confirmed anything officially, so for now it stays in the rumor category. Remember, rumors can be true. Rumors can be absolutely false. Sometimes, more times than not, they're somewhere in between. Recall that Matt McClellan said that years ago, Marvel insiders at Comic-Con told him the MCU would eventually do Heroes for Hire. With Luke Cage and Iron Fist now appearing together again, a Heroes for Hire spinoff seems likely. Unless Daredevil really poops the bed, they might think, well, look, we tried. Yeah. If you could just do it right. But so far, I don't know. I mean, the last episode I saw of Daredevil was probably their best one. I haven't seen the recent one yet. But I'm assuming they've already. Is that tonight? See, I don't even remember when the new shows come on. So, but anyway, I don't know. It's got more Daredevil in it, so that's good. But I don't know what numbers it's getting. But they've already went ahead and are shooting season 3 at the moment. And but man, by then they're probably thinking, yeah, we'll do a Heroes for Hire show, and that would be cool if they do it right and everything. But it might all get shut down. But overall, the MCU brand is severely damaged and stained. And I think that has a lot more to do with their troubles than just the quality of themselves. It's like I keep going back to Thunderbolts. It's not that bad of a film. But nobody showed up for it. First, they didn't quite know who these people were. And they're just like, and Marvel's been sucking so bad, I'm not going to take a shot on some Marvel film I don't really even know much about, And so here you have Daredevil, which is the most popular of the Netflix shows, and nobody showed up for that season. Before they even knew, it was pretty bad. But you didn't know that going in, not directly. You just knew based on Marvel's recent history, So, I don't know. But, well, as with all things, time will tell. X-Men rumor eyes Odessa Azion, I don't know, for Rogue, Peter Claffey for Beast. So, these two. Marvel's X-Men movie now has 2 more casting rumors. Could be true, could be false, somewhere in between. Making the rounds, according to the N. Snyder, giggle, see, Odessa Azion is reportedly being eyed for Rogue, while Peter Claffey is said to be in the mix for Beast. Nothing has been confirmed by Marvel Studios so far as this. Yeah, you already said that. The report follows the recent update from director Jake Schreier, who revealed that Lee Sung-jin and Joanna Kahlo are currently working on a draft of the script, which makes it clear the movie is still so deep in development. There's Rogue. Will that be her outfit? Huh. Okay. If the rumor is legit, Odessa Azion would be in line for one of the most popular X-Men characters. Rogue has always been a major fan favorite thanks to her powers, attitude, and her long-time connection to Gambit. Ma chère. Now, would they reboot Ms. Marvel? The Carol Danvers one, the original Ms. Marvel, where Rogue steals her powers? Meow. Maybe. Probably not, though. Zion is better known for Hellraiser. Really? She's really young. I mean, did they remake Hellraiser already? I figured they would. I don't know. I only saw the first 2 Hellraiser movies. I really wasn't a fan of that. So, but anyway, as far as a reboot, I didn't see it. Sitting in bars with cake. Yeah, I haven't seen that either. And Grand Army. Okay, I know nothing of this girl, and she fits the younger age range that has been tied to Marvel's apparent plans for the reboot. Well, yeah, if it's successful and all that, they want to lock them into contracts for a whole bunch of movies for the next 10 or so years, So you're going to want them young so they don't get all old and nasty by the third film or whatever. Marvel boss Kevin Feige has already hinted the studio is looking toward a younger next-gen direction for X-Men. So a name like a Zion would fit that approach. Her name or just her age? Anyway, there she is. So just imagine them putting a white patch here, and then her outfit would be green. And boom, there you go. Rogue. As for Beast, Peter Claffey being linked to Beast is also an interesting pick. Claffey is best known for landing the role of Dunk in HBO's A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and he has the size and presence that could make sense for Hank McCoy. Well, yeah, but his price tag has got to be going up, because the show's popular. So, Beast is one of the core X-Men characters, so if Marvel is really looking at Claffey, that could be a sign the studio is starting to zero in on the main lineup. Well, yeah, they'd better. They better hit the ground running, because pretty soon you're out of Marvel movies. As with Rogue, though, this is still only a report and not an official casting announcement. So there you go. Hey, do you think he could be Beast? I guess. The bigger picture here is that Marvel still seems to be building the movie from the ground up. Schreier's whatever recent comments made it sound like the studio wants X-Men to lean into both the ideological conflict and the personal drama that made the comics work in the first place. That could mean a more character-driven reboot instead of just another effects-heavy teen movie. Yeah, that way they could save money on not having to do too many effects, It also means more casting rumors are likely on the way as the project moves forward. Rogue and Beast are both major names, so if Zion and Claffey really are into consideration, fans will probably have a lot to say. For now, Marvel hasn't officially announced a cast, a release date, or even a final lineup for the team. But between the new writers and the latest rumors, X-Men is clearly starting to come into focus. Well, they haven't said it outright, but just looking at the trailer and everything, Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. So that's your first X-Men you'll see for MCU. So there you go. Rogue and Beast. Avengers Doomsday is exploding on tracking ahead of possible CinemaCon debut. So there's Cyclops, I guess, lighting the match that explodes everything. So see, it's all his fault. It's claimed that early tracking for Avengers Doomsday is strong, ahead of any new footage that might be released at next week's. How old is this? Holy crap, this is days old. Well, I'm only just getting to it, so it's new to me. While the footage isn't confirmed and likely won't be released online, THR reports that the Marvel film is one of the biggest pieces of Disney's upcoming slate, and suggests CinemaCon would be the right moment to show exhibitors that the movie can deliver. Things have been quiet regarding Avengers Doomsday since the release of the character teasers. So was CinemaCon kicking off on Monday? So they did release some footage, huh? I guess I just missed out. Like an idiot. So anyway, previews as they're pulling out all the stuff, star power, blah, blah, blah. The outlet specifically highlighted Avengers Doomsday as a mystery title that now would be an opportune time to prove itself, while adding that sources say the film is exploding on long lead tracking. What that means is that studios and exhibitors are already seeing signs that Avengers Doomsday could be a huge movie before the main marketing campaign even fully kicks in. THR's report does not amount to an official confirmation that footage will be shown, but it does strongly suggest Doomsday is one of the titles Disney could use to make noise at the event, especially since Marvel has kept details close to the vest. You hear that, Grogu? Marvel Doomsday's gonna kick ass. You mean ours? Yeah. So anyway, there you go. From April 13th through April 16th at Caesar's Palace. And I was right there and didn't go. Oh, well, what are you going to do? The event is the major annual gathering for theater owners and studios, making it the perfect place for Disney to show off its biggest upcoming movies. Well, that'll be great. So I don't know. I guess they probably did show some footage, a little more, maybe more of the same, but a little extra, that kind of thing. And there you go. There you go. But the biggest promo, and come on, they got to have this, is the Spider-Man movie. And their end credits, you know, it's going to have something to do with Doomsday. And, well, that might be all they need, you know. So it's going to do well to some extent. For Marvel, it needs to hit $1 billion. And there must be enough excitement because, you know, and it's not the end. They've got Secret Wars as the follow-up for it. So this thing ends on a massive cliffhanger. And then you got Secret Wars. So that's what they'll do. And if there's enough excitement, whatever movie X-Men 1, and they release that, that they've generated enough buzz and excitement that people will show up. And then they don't screw that up and just ignore the dumb crap ideas they've had over the past few years, well, then they might really have something, and they can actually come from the jaws, or rather the gullet, of death, which is where they put themselves. They sure did. Alas, there's always consequences for your idiocy and whatnot, and sometimes it's the people who are least to blame, but, well. Doomsday. Marvel Studios rocked by Disney layoffs as key team gets cut. So, there's Robert Downey Jr. This time, he's just like, what are you going to do? You see, it's productions like these that are behind him, you know, that really spell out what went wrong. Anyway, ahead of the release of Avengers Doomsday this December, it's been learned that Disney's latest round of layoffs is now hitting Marvel Studios hard. Earlier today, Deadline confirmed Disney plans to cut up to 1,000 employees over the next few months, marking the first major layoffs under new CEO Josh D'Amaro. The report said many of the cuts are tied to Disney's marketing consolidation under Chief Marketing and Brand Officer Asad Ayaz, as the company looks to eliminate duplication across film, TV, and streaming. Cyclops is upset, but what are you going to do, you know? A new Forbes report says Marvel is one of the divisions getting hit the hardest, with layoffs affecting both New York and Burbank across film and TV production, comics, franchise, finance, and legal. Comics. They're like, we still have those? The report adds that nearly the entire Academy Award-winning visual development team in Marvel Studios has been let go. See? But we won an Academy, yeah. Yeah. An Academy, an Oscar, you know. Anyway, as noted, those artists and designers helped shape the look of Marvel's movies and shows, working on everything from characters and environments to early visual concepts used across the MCU. According to Forbes, only a small skeleton crew of full-time production staff remains, with future work expected to be handled more through project-based hires than contractors, which I'm guessing will be more of the same. Forbes also reported that the layoffs do not appear to be tied to AI. Yeah, AI is not going to save your production, at least not at the moment. And boy, they got in bed with Sora, and then Sora died. Oh, no. So anyway, instead, the cuts are said to be connected to Disney's broader cost-cutting and Marvel Studios scaling back its production slate. Bob Iger previously confirmed a $4 billion loss. So I'm surprised it's only 1,000. You know. Anyway, some visual development artists are expected to move from full-time roles to contractor status depending on the project. Yeah. So they're still kind of sort of working with Disney, but they're only working with. They're not working at Disney or Marvel or whatever. Following the reports from Forbes, Deadline separately reported that Marvel was among the Disney divisions affected, alongside teams connected to marketing, TV publicity, casting development, and corporate financial operations. Look, it's Marvel. The Marvel Studios visual development team has played a key role in building the MCU's identity for years. In fact, what the hell was I trying to say? I mean, exactly, and more so, they were the only ones working for the most part. You know, like, hey, can you fix this? No, you didn't have a script. Anyway, so losing nearly the entire group is a major blow behind the scenes. It also comes at a time when Marvel has already been cutting back, following a stretch of underperforming projects, delays, and a reduced release slate. Disney may view it as streamlining. For Marvel fans, it looks like another sign the studio is still in reset mode. Well, yeah. The reset is the next couple of movies coming. That's what Doomsday is about. That's what Secret Wars is about. So, yeah. So Matt McClung says, hey, I talked about this last summer. And I guess Mickey Mouse said, yeah, you did. Oh no. So, there you go. And again, hey, what are you going to do, you know? You guys treated the franchise like toilet paper, and now you have no audience. So, whoops. But, you know, the contractors, you know, they'll have an income doing what they know how to do. And who knows if all this works. And maybe something more permanent will come along in the future. But that's Hollywood for you. But
Hollywood good, could really wish they would. There's no debating. All that's left is the Nailsin reign. The first feast on the corpse of the beast. Only after the feel of the vulture.